Hi everyone, and welcome to today's Fringe. So today we're going to be going through and working a little bit of a change with the fringe. The idea here is to create a W section, which allows the fringe to be worked on left and right. We get a chance to shift the haircut for a bit of fun. So let's jump right in. Hey everyone, so with this fringe here, the idea behind it is to create an internal section, which I've sectioned out already, that can be moved onto the right-hand side or the left-hand side. That way, what it's going to do is, when it's in those positions, it can shift the haircut by having more hair one side than the other, and then when you flip it over to the other side, again, has more hair on the other side. So just understanding those dimensions, those things that you can create, can give a really specific feel for a bespoke fringe for a client. And that for me, I think is really fun. So it's simple, it's effective. Let's go ahead and show you how it's done. So I've sectioned off. We're in what we call like a W section. So if you imagine here, you have your areas just like a V at the top or just a W going across. Again, if you're looking at it this way or that way, it could be an M, could be a W, whichever letter you want it to be. But that's the idea, is to take a triangular section or a diamond section out from the top of your triangular section as we normally do. Through the front, we're going to go through and work that fringe. So here we go. We're going to go through, find our guide. Now, the idea for the haircut today, just to jump back and go through that, is quite textured. So I'm going to work a longer textured fringe through the top, and then you'll see how this will then transition and blend into those areas as well. So we're going to be working on the straight hair. This can work well for curly hair, can work well for wavy hair, lots of texture to it, so no restrictions really. I'm working through that very deep point cut through the front. I'm combing everything forward. So we're going to have a slight drop to the sides, working from the outside edge, coming in, and then just going back and forth across to really separate and give a nice strong texture on the perimeter of that fringe. So here we go, last section, comb down, large scissor strikes, strong detail, back and forth, creating that movement and that texture all the way through. There we go. Just look again, got that good shape. Let's see how we're looking. A couple of little bits of detail. Check my balance. We're looking good. So that for me is a nice fringe that can move. We can sweep to the sides if we want to. We can part in different areas. Now the idea here with this top section is when we now comb this down, we want this fringe to be able to sit on over here and over here. So with that in place and that in mind, we're going to comb over to our right hand side, drop it down, point cut those corners off, so we're actually getting shorter towards the center. We're going to comb it back onto the other side, comb it down. I'm going to stand in this position just so you can all see, and as you can see here, just detail those edges. So that's going to sit longer. The parting that you can see now is going to work from the side, again promoting more hair to come over the eye as this fringe moves to the side, and when we flip it onto this side, again more hair through here, changing that shape. I'm going to go through and blow dry, and then you'll really start to see the section of this fringe, the detail of these come into play and start evolving. So as we dry, I'm going to dry the fringe in two separate sections, underneath and then top, just to allow this to move so it's not incorporated in, so we can have that flexibility of being brushed left and right. The rest of the haircut was just combed down, cut square, just point cut, very textured, very loose, lots of shattering in there as well. So very nice result. Product choice to work on today, just a nice blow dry lotion, a little bit of lift to it, a little bit of volume. I'm going to put just a little bit through mid-lengths and ends, just a nice light spray, and off we go. As we go through to dry, again, similar thing as you see me dry a lot. So as we go through to dry, a similar thing that you'll see me do when I dry is go through and work the roots first, get a nice lot of movement to it, focus on the natural movement before it gets too stiff or before I direct it in such a strong position. I'll be working just a nice light speed and then just a nice medium heat as well. Again, don't want too much direction, too strength. Don't want to influence any pressure that we might receive from the roots of the hairline as well. So here we go, let's go through and dry. So as you can see with the fringe blow dried, just went through nice and soft. So as you can see with the fringe blow dried, just went through nice and soft, nice and easy. We've got the area that we worked on that's very soft, that can be brushed left and right. It's the idea with the haircut where as it moves, it then just exposes weight distribution on both sides, giving you a really nice sort of cute texture to it. It's something that's not going to be too crazy, but it just allows the shape of the haircut to just be moved onto the face. Expose maybe more hair to one side, and then again we can flip that over to the other side, just allowing the separation of that fringe, that detail to just be more on one side. So just understanding those little cute little bits really gives another dimension to a fringe and to the overall shape of the haircut itself. I think for me, one of the things I love about this is the technique that makes the similarities to it from left or right, how it can transition and change, really fun. And you can even wear that straight down the center as well, as you can see through here, and expose that through the middle. So just the versatility it creates is beautiful. I'm going to go through and put a bit of product in, just a little bit of texture spray, just to get a bit more lift to it, a little bit of hold, and then we'll go through and finish. So let's have some fun with that. So brushing left and right, seeing which side sort of takes my fancy today, just with that spray. And I think definitely working over from the left-hand side to the right is going to be the feeling for the day. But as you can see, as that fringe falls down, it now just gives the shape of the haircut twisting over. So again, more emphasis from here on the right-hand side, pushing to the left. Okay, there's the fringe. So work with that W section, that W parting through the top, allowing that central section to be able to cut slightly different, longer than the fringe underneath, giving you the choice to wear it left or right and allow the haircut to start to move in a position where you want it to. Slight variation, but a beautiful result. I hope you like the technique in the video. I like the idea behind it. Feel free to like, subscribe, leave a comment for me as well. Anything you want to see in the videos, I'm more than happy to create and put through. This idea actually, or the reason for this video was I was telling one of my students about it in a salon I traveled to over on the East Coast, and they wanted to see it, so this one's for you.